Hi, welcome back to Around the House with Steve, where we teach you everything you should have been taught but maybe weren't. Just got asked this the other day, and this has popped up several times with people asking me, what is my most important things that I see around the house that are important to me that people are not maybe not doing or overlooking. And that's a good question because maintenance and being consistent is the key to keeping your house healthy, right? If you maintain it and keep it, a house can last forever. If not, a house actually has a lifespan. And if you let it go too far, the house can only be torn down. Um, so one of the major things that I see that people forget to do, and that was the question, is gutters. You got to clean your gutters. You got to make sure, get up there and inspect your gutters. Get up on the ladder. If you're not comfortable, have somebody do it. But gutters, if it gets behind the fascia boards, it can rot wood. It can just wreak havoc. Get behind the walls. I've even had it where uh, it's gotten in behind walls and caused mold. So make sure you're keeping your gutters clean. Make sure, when it rains real hard, you're going to get wet, but it's worth it. Get wet, walk out, see if all your downspouts are working properly. Are they hooked up? Are they draining? If you'll notice, these are really inexpensive. Get the water away from your home. Push that water away from your foundation, right? Uh, that's a simple, basic thing that I see a lot of people don't do is the water just goes right down your foundation. That's easy. That's an easy fix. So make sure your downspouts are working. Clean out your gutters. Uh, really just give them at least every 6 months. If you're not comfortable on a ladder, I'd recommend somebody coming and helping you do it or paying somebody to do it. Like these gutters at the really high up, some people are not uh, comfortable being up there on a ladder. Well, I get that. So I would definitely, it's worth, especially if you go to start replacing these boards and this wood, you wish you had, right? So basic maintenance stuff like that. Make sure you're cleaning your traps. That's another thing that I see people do is they don't clean the hair out of their traps, and their like showers and bathtubs and sinks. You can get one of these little extensions. They're only a couple bucks. They're plastic. They got little hooks on them. You just slide it down there. It'll catch anything, hair and things like that. Or you can actually get the ones that will replace your center that are push tabs, and it has a little basket in it. It will catch everything. And the great thing about it is if your wife, right, drops her wedding ring down, the basket will catch it for you. You don't have to worry about it going into the plumbing. It has a basket. But with that said, it also keeps other things going down in hair and keeps you from having a expensive plumbing bill. What's another thing that I see people do? Quit pouring grease down your disposal. Um, don't do that. Uh, Let it cool, put it in a container, put it in an old cup, old Sola cup, and throw it away. Do not put grease down your sink. Everybody says, "Oh, you run hot water, you put the grease." No, it will eventually clog up. It'll cause you problems down the road, especially if you have a disposal. Uh, Disposal. Make sure you run some ice. Load up the disposal with some cubed ice from your refrigerator and run the cold water, not hot, cold, right? And you let it, and it'll help sharpen those blades and those hammers in the disposal, and it also help coagulate and get rid of some of the grease that happens to be down there. Another tip I can tell you is that if you cut up a orange or a lime, mostly oranges, right? Don't throw away that peel. Throw it down your disposal and just let it grind that up. It'll make your disposal smell great. Plus, it helps clean it. There's citric acid in it, and the citric acid will help break down again the grease and stuff. So don't waste those rinds. Put them down your disposal. Citric acid helps. Plus, it'll make it smell great. Make sure that you are checking the temperature on your dishwasher. I had this the other day. I had to replace the element on my dishwasher. I noticed that the temperatures weren't uh, jiving. I didn't think that the dishes were getting done, and I also noticed that uh, the dryer wasn't working. When I said heat dry, and the dishes are supposed to be dry, that wasn't working. So what I did is I just have a cheap meat thermometer. It's one of those little electronic ones. You don't need nothing fancy, right? You can get them on Amazon for like $6. So I let it start, right, and halfway through the wash cycle, I pulled it open and I just stuck that down there and took a reading. It should be about 140 degrees, right? Right, straight out of my water heater. We just had that video. We talked about setting your water heater at 120, and it'll bring it up to about 140, 160. Well, when I put that in there, I was only getting 106. So right then I knew I had a heating element probably not working, especially it wasn't also drying the dishes. Easy fix. Not going to show you how to do that, but I did do it on my own. Saved myself about 300 bucks. It was a $35 part. Did it myself. But that's another thing. Be checking the water temps. Clean your oven. If your oven has a self-cleaning mode, if you guys are going to go away for a while, it stinks up the house. Now, I usually will go out on the back deck and hang out at the pool and let my oven clean itself, right? But make sure you do that. Don't let that stuff build up and stuff because it can cause a fire. All right. So if you have any other things that you think are important maintenance issues around the house, let us know. Drop in the comment. I'll bring it up in another video. We are all in this together. These homes are expensive. We're trying to keep them maintained the best we can. All right. If you don't mind, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Subscribe to our channel. Like, comment below, and I'll see you on the next one, my friends. Bye now.